Okay, good morning class. Please stand up. Mr. Santos, please lead the prayer. Amen. Okay, please remain standing. Okay class, let's do some jumping jacks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, before you sit, please greet your classmate. Okay, good morning class. Okay, before we start our lesson for today, who can recall our topic last time? Anyone else? Okay? Yeah, that's correct. Okay class, our topic for today is particle nature of matter. And this topic is divided into 4 parts. Part 1, nature of matter. Part 2, kinetic particle theory. Part 3, atoms and molecules. And the last part is phase change. Let's start with the part 1, nature of matter. Who can give an idea when we say matter? Anyone else? Okay. Things? Okay. Any other hand? Things that occupy space? That's correct. Okay. When we say matter is a thing that occupies space, in this class picture, who can identify what is matter? Okay. Any other hand? Okay. Blackboard. Table. Chair. Anything else? Anything else at the back? Okay, student. Another from the back. Teacher. Okay. Nature of matter. This is the introduction of matter. Nature of matter. The smallest particle of matter are either atoms or molecules. These particles are continuously moving and bumping with one another. The position and motion of this particle tells us the physical state of matter. The physical state of matter are solid, liquid, gas. Plasma is also a physical state of matter but requires a condition for it to exist. Volume and shape are physically properties of matter that can be explained in terms of behavior of particles of matter. Okay, as you can see in the picture, this is atoms and molecules. Who can differentiate the difference of the two? Okay, that's correct. Okay, atoms is a single particle. As you can see, there is a space between every one atom. Unlike molecules, molecules is a bond or two atoms. Let's move to the part 2. Kinetic particle theory. When you say kinetic particle theory, it describes the characteristic of particles for each phase. When you say characteristic of particles, we can also say the physical state of matter. Okay. Characteristic of solid. Arranged in orderly manner and closely packed. Held together by strong attractive forces. Have very low kinetic, which limit their movement to vibration and rotation about its fixed position. Cannot move freely. As you can see, the picture that is solid particle orderly arranged. The sample of solid particle are woodblock, like chair and table. Characteristic of liquid. Arranged in disorderly manner and less closely packed than solid. Held together by weaker attractive forces than solid particles. Have more kinetic energy than the solid particles of the same substance and can move freely. As you can see in the picture, that is liquid particle that is orderly arranged. As you can notice, solid and liquid is different. Say that solid than the solid. We can say that solid is the vice versa of liquid. characteristic of gases, arranged in this orderly manner and very far from another, held together by weaker attractive forces than liquid particles, have high kinetic energy, can move freely and rapidly in any direction. As you can see in the picture, that is gas particle. You can observe the particle that is very far from another. There are huge space in each particle. And it says that than liquid. We can say that solid is the vice versa of liquid, and gases is the vice versa of liquid. Let's move to our part 3. Part 3 are atoms and molecules. In this part, we will differentiate the different of atoms and molecules. Let's start with the atom. An atom is the smallest unit of ordinary matter that form a chemical element. It says that atoms is the smallest particle in the world. Every solid, liquid, gas, and plasma is also composed of neutral and ionized atoms. Atoms are extremely small, typically around 100 picometer across. A molecule. A molecule is defined as two or more atoms of the same element or different element that are bound together. A molecule can be throughout a group of atoms stuck together through chemical bonds. Different types of atoms can form a different number of bonds. So you can see the different atoms is single, particle, and molecule is the two atoms that combine together. Let's move to our part 4. Our part 4 is phase change. When we say phase change, it is the process in changing. Okay? Under different conditions of temperature and pressure, a substance can exist in different phases. Water, for example, can exist as solid upon freezing, and it can also exit as a gas upon boiling, such as freezing and boiling are example of physical change that matter can undergo. In this type of change, the identity of the substance remains the same and process can be reversed. There are 6 types of phase change. Melting. Melting is solid to liquid. Example of it is that the water that we put in the freezer become an ice. And the vice versa of it is freezing. Example of it, the ice that we put in the ref, and becomes a we put in the ref and remove becomes a water. Evaporation, liquid to gas. The example of it is the clouds. Condensation, gas to liquid. The example of it is the rain coming from the clouds. Sublimation, solid to gas. The example of sublimation is that when you see a dried ice, it has a smoke around of it. That is the sublimation process. Deposition, gas to solid. When you see deposition, the best example of it is the crystal ice that you can see in Antarctic cave. Latent heat is not a phase change, but the heat causes phase change. Latent heat is the number 1 reason of the phase change. Okay, before I dismiss the class, I will give you a group activity. You will group yourself. You will be grouped into 5. In each one of the group will do an essay, and the leader will choose the best essay and present it in the class. Present it on Monday. And also an assignment. Assignment, characteristic of matter. You will indicate or state a 10 object of matter and determine it is solid, liquid, or gas. Example, water to liquid. Pass it on Monday and put it on a short bond paper. Okay? Class dismissed. Thank you.